What is going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Playbook Preview Show. We have some day baseball here on Thursday, 6-game main slate starting at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have to pay attention to the weather in some of these spots here. Obviously, there was quite a few washouts on the Wednesday slate. We have Colorado and Washington on this slate with some potential rain. We have Pittsburgh, Detroit, who had their game postponed on Wednesday here. Also, some potential rain, which would be unfortunate. We have Tarek Skubal on this slate here. I did see someone screenshot that game one might have been Skubal Skeens. I don't see Skeens on this slate.
No, they announced it.
They did fix that
already.
I
think he's pitching game 2. Yeah.
Okay. Which I guess could make sense, right? But anyways, we'll see what happens here. At the very least, we have Tarek Skubal. We have Carlos Rodon. Hey, congratulations. Yankees on the board today. Jazz Chisholm, Cody Bellinger having homered at least at last check that I saw. Let's just jump into it. 6 games will be probably a rather quick show here today. Skubal, Rodon, DeGrom are your top 3 price starting pitchers. There's almost absolutely no reason other than the weather that you don't play Tarek Skubal in this spot against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is atrocious in general offensively, and they're very bad against left-handed pitching, and Tarek Skubal is filthy. Another shutout performance for him in his last start against Baltimore. 6 strikeouts in that game, actually surprisingly low given the matchup, but still dominated. So figure it out. Literally, just figure it out. Figure out a way to get Carlos Rodon in your lineup. Figure out a way to get Skubal. And if you can figure out a way to get Carlos Rodon in your lineup too, I mean, do that, right? If you can get double stack the Twin Towers here, Rodon against the Angels, also high strikeout potential in the spot against LA.
For sure.
10-7 for him. And then DeGrom obviously has Kansas City. We know their struggles. They don't strike out though. And, I don't know. We praise DeGrom. He's been great.
That was the game he had. No, that was the Blue Jays game. He had no strikeouts.
Yeah, no strikeouts in the Blue Jays game. So any of the 3 are fine. I would prioritize the top 2. I would definitely prioritize the number 1 guy. I would imagine you're sort of in agreement there.
Yeah. Any of the 3, they're ranked how they're priced, and the top 2 separate from DeGrom.
Agreed. Your next tier, you have Tyon and Mizorowski trying it again. They were supposed to pitch on Wednesday.
Do you notice how their prices are not the same, by the way?
Yes, Tyon's cheaper than he was.
It's cheaper. And Mizorowski's more expensive.
Yes. Smaller slate pricing, maybe, a question mark. I don't know, but I would definitely, again, play Tyon.
Well,
as I was ready to do, especially at a cheaper price tag.
Yeah.
$8,200 for him feels great. We'll see about the weather. There is no weather symbols in Chicago for this slate, though. So fingers crossed that will be good to go there. Tyon, obviously, Mizorowski throws 103 miles an hour. So there is some strikeout upside. That's not hyperbole. He literally throws 103 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So you have that. Andrew Heaney keeps just pitching.
Keeps dealing.
I doubt him almost every start. He faces Chicago, gets quality starts, 7 Ks. Faces Philadelphia, dominates them. Detroit, a team that has a lot of lefty bats in their lineup, or at least they're good hitters. Meadows, Carpenter, Green, like a lot of their good guys are from the left side. Maybe Heaney, again, no win equity in this matchup at 0. I would assume his win odds on DraftKings for this slate is going to be like plus 800 or something.
Something very, very, yeah.
But he's been good. I would rather Tyon, but he's been good. And then I don't know. I guess Waka versus Texas at 75 would be your next spot.
It's not even great.
It's not great.
I would love to see the Eric Fetty ownership, because I don't think Eric Fetty is
very good.
Very good. For what it's worth, Yankees probably gonna lose another game. Maybe we'll see.
It's 2-2.
There are a lot of runners on base, not a lot of outs.
Never the right combination there.
Not a good combo. Tyler Anderson not a very good pitcher. And honestly, like we kind of have said it for a while. For like 2 years, we've been like, you can't keep escaping all the numbers. And you know what? He's not. But he did pitch well against the Yankees. The Yankees are a corpse of an offense. I don't know.
I mean, dude,
I don't know.
Jack Hanowitz goes out there today, strikes out 8.
That's
Tyler Hendricks struck out 9. I mean, we're looking at like a 14 strikeout game coming for Tyler Anderson, I think.
Dude, it's like as horrible as that sounds, it is as horrible as it's been to watch, right? Like it's been that as a fan of a team.
Somebody tweeted yesterday, and it's only gotten worse based on this game. After yesterday's game, Aaron Judge's strikeout rate
is
like 44% or something like that. I think it was 40, a little over 41%, almost 42% for like the last 2 weeks or something.
Yeah,
like
it's we'll think about the Boston series.
Yeah, 9 strikeouts.
Over 3 games, he had a home run, a walk, and 9 strikeouts, right? Yeah. Like it was like, and then
0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts tonight.
Yeah, and he did it last night against Hendricks. I don't think he was. They walked him twice, but when they faced him, he didn't. So like, yeah, I mean, it's. I don't like the idea of using. Like I don't like the idea of using pitchers against the Yankees because like, I know, everyone knows they were a top 5 offense. They were number 1 against lefties, basically in every category. And they're just going through a slump that teams go through. And I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to break out tomorrow because we've said that for 4 days in a row. The ownership has said that for 4 days in a row, and the Yankees continue to not score and face bad pitchers. But I don't know, maybe it's like time to like dip our toes into the other side of things, right? Like, hey guys, the Yankees aren't hitting. Use the pitcher against them, and you'll be leveraging the field. Now, I wouldn't do that in single entry, but you already said like there's not a lot to like after basically Tyon.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna ask you, Don Burke. I was gonna just float it out there. It is Colorado now. Totally a homer twice the other day. Like
but they hit like 8 home runs.
Yeah, they had a lot of offense.
They hit a lot of home runs.
The other day, we know Trevor Williams has like atrocious splits.
It's the lefties.
Yeah. And
again, Tolia, McMahon, Moniak.
Yeah. All of them homered in that game, I think. Moniak had a leadoff homer, I think. Tolia homer twice.
Dude, they had 4 home runs between those 3 players.
Right. But if they don't homer,
right.
There is a chance here for Trevor Williams. He might even have a rare win opportunity.
Because they've also lost 10 in a row.
I know, but like Dollander hasn't been any good either. Yeah, and so we think
he's pitched better on the road.
Yes, he has pitched to a 4.5 ERA on the road, which is better. That is better when your home ERA is 10.
Dude, 202 batting average, almost a strikeout per inning on the road.
Somehow he's got 2 wins at home and he's 0-5 on the road.
Sure, that's fair. That's fair point.
But sure. I only say that is because he's at least a righty. So like James Wood and Abrams.
Oh, I know. They have 9. They're going to have 9 lefties.
Yeah. So I think there could be the potential for win equity. Maybe Trevor Williams gets you 13 fantasy points. Right. You're at $5,700.
Okay.
And again, I would only do it if I'm playing the 20 max and I'm throwing 1 or 2 lineups, Trevor Williams or something like that. But
okay.
Certainly not saying core. He won't be in the core we show you at the end of the day. That I can guarantee you here, unless something goes drastically wrong. All right.
No, he won't. I promise. Yeah. I promise.
Unless we get a whole bunch of text updates and it's like, man, Trevor Williams threw a bullpen today, throwing 98 miles an hour.
No, if any of that happens, call the authorities. Something has gone wrong with this show.
Yeah. All right, catcher position again, smaller slate. We don't know who's going to be in the lineup or not. It's a day game, so some of the starters could sit. Hunter Goodman has just been a good man. So if you wanted
to, so good, dude.
So we left him off the Homer crew, but he has.
Yep.
So cheat code at catcher this year, man. If you, I think we all had him at one point in our Roto League. We all had Hunter Goodman for like
a couple
a
days.
day or two, and we didn't hold on. Should have $4,100 for him.
Yes.
Dingler versus Heaney again. I don't know. I can't trust that he's going to give up hits or runs, but this would be the right spot for Dingler there.
Yep.
A hobby, if you think that Rodon gives up something, that would be the spot for him.
I'll just say we didn't really say Havon Herrera, but I was playing all the Cardinals against Sean Burke on the Wednesday slate, and I will be doing the same thing in a day game when it's probably going to be warmer against Sean Burke again. And Herrera hit third, was in the lineup hitting third. So I assume
he's that dude. He hits in the middle of the lineup.
His price also changed, by the way. He was 4,500. Now he's 4,700, but I'd still pay it.
You know who's really good? Brandon Lau. Not on the slate, but
yes, he did homer, and they did battle back from
an 8-1 game, I think.
8-1 to make sure that Taj Bradley didn't lose this game. So thank you to the
1 1/3 innings, 7 runs for Mr. Taj Bradley, and probably a bus trip to the minors after this one for that guy,
and a trip to any waiver wire that he might potentially end up on.
That's fair. All right, other catching options. There's kind of like good pitchers, so there's not many like I guess Kyle Teal, right? Kyle Teal, $2,800. That feels like a pretty easy plug against Eric Fetty here.
Yeah, and Cuero. Whoever's the pitcher.
Does JC Escara have any bat to him? Would this be I don't know if he gives a go.
I don't know if I don't think so because
a lefty on the mound. They're gonna go Rice or Wells again.
Well, they went Rice tonight. I'd assume they just run Wells. Escara's a lefty too.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
They have 3 lefty catchers now that Rice is. I think Escara's probably not long for the team. Dude, Ben Rice threw out his first runner tonight.
Yeah,
caught stealing.
Guy is a catcher.
No, is a catcher. Stealing. They called him safe. The Yankees challenged. They called him out. I mean, that's probably now your backup catcher to keep him in the lineup. So I think it's probably Wells.
Tim Hill comes in, does his job, and Anthony Volpe boots it.
Yeah, we are on full-fledged. I'm really over Anthony Volpe mode.
First base, Michael Busch is your top price first baseman on this one. You would probably want to go to Goldschmidt, but he has been atrocious.
Awful.
$4,300 for him.
It's Wilson.
Again, you've been Cardinals, right? We're right back to Team Cardinals here.
Yeah, we're not changing. That's
not fooling around.
Nathaniel Lowe's been really good.
Yeah,
one of the only Washington Nationals that have been good lately.
I know this is lefty, but Nolan Shanewell homered again.
Awful lefty.
That's what I'm saying. Like, has he figured out to swing harder? I mean, what's the?
I don't know, but it went second deck at Yankee Stadium, so it wasn't just like.
Boy. I mean,
he's a big boy. He's a big dude.
There should be power there.
It wasn't like Yankee Stadium home run. It was like, I parked this second deck, dude.
Yeah. Speaking of guy that can go second deck, Tolia. Tolia had like a 38% strikeout rate at AAA when he was at
I mean, that's not surprising.
He didn't really fix anything. I think they just said like, all right, I guess if this is just what we're gonna do, it's better.
Well, it's him or Keston. It's Keston Hiura, right? Like it's.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? You might as well see if Tolia can. I don't know. Guess what? He only struck out once in 5 at bats in that game, so
it's a win. Hit 2 home runs.
And hit 2 home runs, which is what he brings to the table. There, dude. Adam Dunn made a career, hitting 220. So,
dude, Adam Dunn had the ultimate 3 outcome career.
Yep, sure did. Lasted forever. Let's see. There's nothing else down here.
Only other name I'd is Jake Burger. Against Waka. I mean, they've been good. They've been good / better against right-handed pitching lately.
Okay.
Burger's 3,400. The depth of adding Evan Carter into that lineup and getting the Pope from America has really helped Jake Burger.
Second base, Gleyber's 47. Donovan, 4K.
Yes.
Left his price the same for
you.
Yeah,
let's leave the best player on that team at the same price, right? Yeah, that's the guy.
Got him. You got Semien still at 35. Meadroth 434. Nolan Gorman's 31. Play all those guys.
Yeah, I'd play any and all. I'd play basically that. You could play LeMahieu against Anderson.
Sure.
And you could play Luis Garcia. You can also play Luis Garcia if you wanted to pay 4,500. And you mentioned Glaber, but Glaber's obviously been elite against lefties, so I would play any of those top two guys.
Third base, Jazz did homer tonight. It's lefty, but he's
He
about the
did.
only one of the few, as you mentioned. Him and Stanton were like the only Yankees actually hitting the baseball.
Dude, Jazz has been good for what it's worth. He's been good since he's been back.
Yep. Pretty gross when your third base goes to Jazz, Garcia, and then Zach McKinstry. So
yeah, if Josh Smith is back, I'd play him.
Yeah.
First base, third base. He has a hamstring.
Brady House is 3K.
Yeah, stole his first base on Tuesday.
That feels like the plug on a bad.
Yeah, it's a good play. I mean, he's been good. But Ryan McMahon, another home run, another guy who can't pitch against lefties. I'm
so used to scrolling by him because of how bad he's been, but
he's been bad.
He's been really good.
He's been bad, and the home runs are coming on the road, which is again I said the other day. But this is another scenario where I'll just click him if the field's playing Trevor Williams. I'll just click Ryan McMahon.
I agree.
Because he's homering, and like Trevor Williams is not good enough to get a bunch of ownership.
Dude, Trevor Williams is not good.
No, yeah, I should have just ended it at not good.
Yeah, not good. Yeah, just ended it not good. All right, shortstop, Abrams up at the top against Dolander. Nato gets a lefty in. Rodon at 54. Both of those obviously are fine. Bobby Witt's great. Volpe does hit lefties. You kind of shouted out, but not hitting anything right now. So.
He does hit lefties. I'd almost rather play Seager, but I get
but he's been.
I know. Well, yeah. I guess
maybe slowly coming alive.
Javi. Maybe I just play Javi. Maybe you just play Javi Baez. Maybe that's the answer, John.
Where's Estrada?
He's hurt.
Oh,
right there. Yeah, second base hurt.
He's second base. He's on the IL or day to day?
No, day to day.
All right. I guess we'll see what happens. I thought he was shortstop the other day. Maybe he was. I forget.
Javi, 36. Shortstop, third base. Double dong the other day. With 3 hit games in 2 of his last 4.
Is he back?
He's had like 2 good stretches this year that have just completely.
Yeah. He's going to mark a semi in it. He's going to end the year. People are going to be like, wow, Javi Baez had a really good year. And then you go look at his like month-to-month splits. You're like, he was a dead man for 4 of them.
like salute to Javi for having the year he's having, but it has been like a little bit of a fake good year.
Yep. All right. Outfield, Aaron Judge versus Tyler Anderson feels like a home run, but it's not hitting. So
every spot for Judge has felt like a home run spot, and he hasn't done it.
Yeah. James Wood gets Dolander at 58. That one feels good.
Yeah, that one feels like a home run spot, right? Like isn't that the home run spot? The James Wood. I mean, the Nationals
manager called out the team for hitting, but he certainly wasn't talking about James Wood.
The manager, that was a wild thing.
It's not the coach's fault. We're putting the work in. At some point, you have to blame the players, which he's not wrong. At some point, the players do have to hit the baseball.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
But also, it's one way to lose the clubhouse.
I think I told you with the Red Sox, they sat Ceddanne Rafaela down and was like, don't swing at the first pitch. And he went up there and swung at the first pitch like his first at-bat. They're like, dude.
This year? Was that this year?
Yeah. Dude, he swings at the first pitch 63% of the time. He's like the number 2. Only one other player swings at the first pitch more often than Ceddanne Rafaela. And his like batting average like exponentially increases when he sees a first pitch. And yet he swings at the first pitch.
How is there anyone that swings more? How is there anyone that swings more than 67% of the time?
There is. Yeah, they had it on the game the other day. They flashed the graphic up.
Like I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying how is that? Like how is that anyone's more than that?
But like teams like aren't they know this, so they're not throwing like a strike to him. He's just grounded out.
Let's. I'm gonna figure out who it is.
Yeah, see who it is. First pitch swinging.
That's not what I wanted to look at.
I'll keep looking while
AI gave me the complete wrong answer,
Yeah.
and it was the. No, that's not.
Okay.
I'll look. I'll keep looking.
All right. The next outfielder for you.
Oh, damn it! I wanted to look. The AI gave me Brandon Belt. He's not even in professional
He's
baseball.
not.
Like he's not even. What are we doing, dude? Outfield. James Wood. We talked about. Bellinger's been really good, lefty. Homered on Wednesday. I would play Bellinger against a lefty because of how good he's been. Like he's been specifically good against lefties, bad against righties. Of course, he homers. So I'd play Bellinger 46. I'd play Chorio if you think he's the lone home run that comes against Tyon, because Tyon gives up 1 home run per game.
Sure.
Langford and Evan Carter right there sitting in the mid 4s. I like both them. If Josh Smith is out of the lineup, expect Evan Carter to lead off again. And if Josh Smith is in the lineup, Evan Carter probably hits 5th. So like good lineup position for either. Haggerty, if he's in the lineup, has been pretty good. He started, led off, tripled, all the good stuff for Texas on Wednesday. And then sub 4K Stanton definitely will be back in the lineup. Wenzel Perez, dude, Wenzel Perez keeps homering. Wenzel Perez has now hit home runs in back-to-back games. And he has 5 home runs to his first 18 games. 1,000 OPS for Wenzel Perez, 3,900. He'll be in the lineup. Newt Bar, don't need to tell you why to play Newt Bar.
I have the answer to our question, by the way.
American League or National League player?
National League.
What division?
NL East.
First pitch swinger, CJ Abrams?
Bryce Harper.
That is never would have got that one.
So Sedan is now number 1. It's 55.4%.
Okay.
Bryce is 54.8. PCA is 54%. Out there just hacking.
I'm telling you right now, I never would have gotten Bryce Harper.
Yeah. Bryce Harper, 54.8%. First pitch swing percentage. Thank you, StatCast.
That is it's a lot of first pitches that I feel like when you think of Bryce Harper, you're thinking of like
patience, maybe?
Patience, right?
He is up 7.4% from last year also. So he's swinging, more often at the first pitch.
A lot. Yeah, a lot.
All right. Where else are we at outfield?
We got to about Stanton.
So did you say
and
Stanton
Newtbar? Yeah, Stanton and Newtbar. That was about. I mean, Tyler Freeman, 37.
Tyler Freeman's been pretty good.
The stolen bases are pretty good too. 6 in 33 games, so he's hitting like second now for them. I mean,
I traded him straight up for Nolan Jones, man.
Sure for Nolan Jones. Alec Burleson, close to a lock against Burke at 35.
Victor Scott with Burke.
Yeah, dude, I'm not. My opinion has not changed at all.
Going right back to the Cardinals.
Right. I mean, I was playing all of them, and then middle of me adjusting my lineups, I'm trying to click and I can't, and then I see postponed, and I'm like, postponed. There wasn't a notification yet on Underdog or anything.
Yeah,
they were late. They were late on the notification bell today on those postponements.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Adele's left. Adele versus Rodon obviously has power. Righty, lefty there.
Yep.
Moniak gets Williams at 31.
Dude, another Rocky dude who's been really good. We can clown. The Rockies are going to be historically bad. I don't think they're going to officially be the worst team ever because they've won like some games lately.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of home. They're hitting like a lot of home runs.
Dude, be the Angels, man. Just be the Angels, right?
Right.
Just hit a lot of home runs.
Right.
And
only use 5 pitchers.
Yeah.
That's also what the Angels have done.
Also true. That's probably it.
We don't have Cam Smith to shout.
Nope, we don't.
Biceps. Only because it's Eric Fetty, and we know Fetty's bad. Oh, dude, Hilliard is back. He homered for the Rockies, too. That's a 4th lefty. 2,800.
I'm in. Sold.
That was fast. Burleson? Oh, no. We're playing all the Rockies. Trevor Williams is legitimately...
We're not playing all of them.
Well, can we? Yeah, okay. Well, I would play Moniak probably over Hilliard if we could play. Like if we had the choice.
Isn't
right?
Hilliard a better player though?
I don't know. I mean, Moniak had like a really good year last year, didn't he?
Moniak was the number 1 overall pick.
And then we were talking about that a lot last year because he was like actually good last year.
Okay. So we do.
I mean,
this
I don't have to. I'm not saying
no, that's fine. If we do this, you have first, short, and outfield, and 4,300 I'll play.
Yeah, it's easy. Let's do that because
can make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I almost would rather Ivan Herrera, but I'll say, I mean, you guys know
if there is another. This gives you the 37, so you'd have to find another punt somewhere, probably.
Yeah, I'm not saying play more Rockies, but you could do that.
Or just play Washington.
Yeah, or another Cardinal outfielder that might be available. There's a shortstop that may or may not play for the Tigers that double dong the other day. You know, you never know.
Sure. This doesn't give us a big bat, though. I don't know if that matters to you.
Well, we were playing 12K Scooble. Like that's just immediately.
That's fair.
That's gonna be like a tough.
That's fair. So if you did something like, fill in your blank, Victor Scott or something like that,
yeah,
and make it work. All right, we'll completed the lineup in the Discord per usual. No live show today for the late slate. We'll be in the Discord, and then we'll be back on Friday. If you guys have any questions, you know where to find us. Leave a comment in the comment section. Grande and I will talk to y'all later.